I think it's quite a cool car, and like I said in the video, was obviously we've driven around in MX5s. One of my friends has an MX5. We had the MX5 on the channel. Like our mutual friends has an MX5 as well, and the fact is with the MX5s, well, at least the generations that we've driven the first generation and third generation.
Yep.
So they don't have crazy amounts of power, because the one that my friend has is the third generation, same as our mutual friend. And I think it's a 1.8 liter four-cylinder as well, producing about 140 horsepower. Nothing crazy.
Yep.
So it's very similar actually to the MR2, MR2 and the MX5. But the SLK, because it is a heavier car, you have to have a bit more power. And having 190 horsepower, you got another 50 horsepower, which is effectively just shy of another, third more horsepower than what the other ones have, which definitely gives you a better punch and a bit more torque, so you can pull a lot better, out of corners and stuff. But the fact that it has it's got a little bit of weight, it's quite low, there's not really much movement in the suspension, in the sense of, it's not boat-like, it's very much more sports car-like. And the fact that you had the monoblocks on the car with the low-profile tires, it seemed to out-corner like an MX5. You could pull more G-force now. That could also be due to the fact that it's also got wider tires.
Yes.
Than MX5, so you have obviously more grip. You can go around corners a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly quite a fun car to drive. You would think old 2000 SLK with 2.3 liter supercharger, 190 horsepower doesn't sound the most sporty car in the world, but it goes back to the same saying of it's a lot more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow.
That's it.
When you go to like the Focus RSs, you've got 400 horsepower, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
But how often can you use the 400 horsepower? When you go back to like SLK, you've got 190 horsepower, but you can use 190 horsepower pretty much on a daily basis. Overtaking, it's just enough power to get going around corners, just enough power to put your foot down, let the car push you out the corner without having to worry too much about the wheel's going to come out because it's rear wheel drive. You end up in a hedge. Now, obviously, it comes within reason, but I don't know. That's kind of my perspective, my take on it. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think it's. You mentioned in the video, what would you rather have, this or MX5? And you would have much rather had the SL.
Yeah, I think personally, I would rather have the SLK. You got a lot more creature comforts, and for a car that's 24-year-old, it's nearly a quarter of a century old. It's got a lot of creature comforts. You have the heated seats, electric roof, which is very, very nice. Decent bit of boot space as well.
That boot space is unbelievable. I was surprised. That's basically similar enough to the E-Class. Maybe just a wee bit smaller, but
if you have the roof up, you got an amazing amount of space.
Yeah.
But if you have the roof down, you obviously lose a bit of space. But the fact that you have so much internal storage space, everywhere you look, there's a little crevice or a little compartment for put just parts or storage, whatever you want to put there. And the fact that it's got it's not automatic wipers, but is it? I can't remember.
Google that as well.
I can't remember, but it's pretty for what it is, and the money you can buy them. You can buy them for I think it's £2,000 or £3,000, which is quite reasonable. And if you look at an MX5, they're only going to keep going down in value for the next couple of years. So you can end up getting a car that's got more power.
Mm-hmm.
It's already past maximum depreciation, and it's something that's going to hopefully be a classic someday. And the fact is, in the UK, if a car is over 40-year-old, you don't have to pay tax or have an MOT. So you're getting closer to that tax-free and MOT exemption, which would be good. Because you can drive it in ULEZ, I think it's ULEZ zones as well.
Yeah.
Because it's an older car before they had the regulations, I think it was.
That's it, yeah.
So there's a couple of benefits to it, as well as obviously the older cars generally have cheaper taxes than the new ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Brilliant.